Hello, my Panda pals, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna do part 1 of what happened on Before the 90 Days, Season 7, Episode 16. So buckle it up and let's go for a ride. Let's check in with Faith and Loren. Loren is over here ripping the sleeves off of his t-shirt with his Herculean strength because he wants to celebrate his time in the Philippines by having Faith give him a tattoo.
And you're gonna take like this thing and you're gonna like stab it into my arm like several 100,000 times. My ex gave me this one and my coworkers gave me this one.
You know, I always thought that his tattoos looked a little shitty, and now we know why. Faith doesn't really want to permanently ink Loren's body, but he's like, we're dating now. It's time to take this relationship to the next level.
We're gonna do the Philippines flag with your F on it for Faith.
It's kind of weird.
Is it weird?
So Loren is having Faith tattoo him with a tattoo gun that he made. And by tattoo gun, I mean he literally is duct taping a needle to a pair of wooden chopsticks.
All right, so you probably want gloves so you don't get inky hands.
Is that what you think the gloves are for? To keep ink from getting on your hands? Bro, do you not know what protection from bodily fluids is? Oh my, wait, do you not know how you got gonorrhea?
I've liked tattoos, they're cool, but going to pay for one just sounds outrageous. I'm broke.
We know, Loren, we know.
I learned how to tattoo by just looking at the machine, right? It just goes in and out, and so I did it.
I can't even make that up. Loren places the needle over a flame so that he can sterilize it, and then he immediately blows on it to cool it down, thus negating any effects of sterilization. Faith begins tattooing, and to be honest, it is so fucking gross to see all of the blood coming out and also seeing how his skin is starting to swell up because the needle that they are using is huge.
One thing I like about Loren, life will not be boring. I'm just still not sure if I want to be with him forever.
Well, it's a good thing that you're permanently inking his skin then, right? This all seems like a great idea.
Well, wine and art go together, right?
Wow, more good ideas. Loren then leans in for a little sneaky kiss, and Faith is like, no, not right now. And Loren is like, are you sure? And then he just grabs her face and says, get over here, and then plants one on her.
No?
Wait.
You sure?
Yeah.
Get over here.
Now, Faith didn't seem super into the kiss, but it must have rocked the shit out of Loren's world because he's like, Faith and I are 100% reconnected, and I know we're gonna make it now.
I feel like that I need to do something big, right? Something important, because I want to make sure that Faith knows that I'm committed to her forever.
Dear God, he is actually gonna propose, isn't he? I swear to God, if that bitch does not take that ring and throw it right into the ocean, Faith is all done, and look at this beautiful piece of art. Really looks like the Filipino flag, doesn't it? Loren goes to a magic shop because Faith is a magician and he wants to find a very cute way to propose to her.
I want to do a magic trick while also proposing at the same time.
I'm gonna call one of our magicians. He can show you some of our magic tricks that you can use.
Just make sure that magic trick is within his budget. I'm gonna guess it's gonna be like $5. They go through some of his options and they show him a wand with a light, a cloth with an empty cup, a rainbow cloth, and the classic snake in a can. Loren buys the latter two, and I shit you not, it cost him $5. Loren takes Faith on an ultra romantic date by his standards. He tells us that he's not sure if Faith is gonna say yes to his proposal, but he knows that he wants to be with her forever because she is the girl of his dreams.
I love Faith. She's beautiful, she has a good job, she works hard. I want to spend the rest of my life with her.
It is so weird to me that when he is listing the reasons why she is his perfect girl, he keeps bringing up that she has a job. I mean, we all know why he keeps bringing it up, but could you at least try to convince us that you are not with her just for her money? They walk around some super romantic ruins. They sit down for a super romantic picnic where they eat some super romantic grapes.
And then you know I'm crazy now. But you kind of have to be crazy to do something like this. Most Americans don't go to the Philippines and come up with crazy plans and do this.
Yeah, they do! Anyway, Loren proposes with his weak-ass little magic trick.
Nice rainbow string, just for you. And at the end of this string, there's a ring. Will you marry me?
Faith does a really hard think as Loren continues to feed her more lies like he'll give her everything she wants and he'll work super hard to provide for her and her family. And I am so sad to report that Faith said yes.
If you say yes, this trip goes on forever. So Faith, will you marry me?
Yeah, it's a yes.
It's a yes.
Faith tells us that despite all of her doubts about Loren, she told him yes because she just doesn't think anyone else in the world is ever gonna love her as a trans woman.
As a trans woman, I never thought someone would love me so much that they would ask me to marry him.
Ew. I'm sorry, but if Loren was my last option, I would marry a vibrator. Fuck, I would marry a used vibrator. Like, that is less disgusting to me than Loren. Then Faith asks a very important question about their future.
They having sex at two bottom.
Is that really your question?
Yeah. If we having sex at two bottom will be the,
Loren reassures her that he can definitely be the top in their relationship because he loves her so much that he can get a stiffy, no problem.
I don't like using my penis on someone I don't like. My penis is like, I don't like you, so it doesn't get But because I like you, I can get right away.
So essentially, he bottoms because he cannot get it up because he is doing it with people that he is not attracted to. Loren tells us he is pretty sure Faith is going to be putting out tonight because he just proposed, but honestly, even if she doesn't, he's going to be banging her very soon if everything goes according to his plan. Let's check in with Brian and Ingrid. After basically calling his girlfriend a night walker, Brian pats himself on the back and is like, I am so proud of myself because I did not let myself get taken advantage of again.
I've been through several relationships that have been take. I was true to myself. I'm proud of myself.
Yeah, be proud of the fact that you are a gross, perverted, skeezy little asshole. Ingrid is upset because she has wasted so much time on Brian trying to make this relationship work.
No ponto que tem, a relacionamento acabou pra mim.
And he turned out to be as big of a gaping butthole as her gut tried to tell her he was.
I was hoping to leave here with our relationship stronger than ever. Instead, last night, we broke up.
Yeah, maybe next time you don't call your girlfriend a prostitute just because you cannot handle the fact that you suck. So it's the day after that whole incident, and Brian has already texted her to try and get her to meet up with him so that he can explain himself and they can talk it out. And by talk it out, I mean he's going to do his best to try and con his way back into a relationship with her.
It's not sitting right with me.
Of how things went down, I don't want her last memory of me to be of ugly Brian.
As if this entire trip hasn't been plagued non-stop with a countless number of appearances from ugly Brian.
I think it's only right that we say goodbye in person. My intentions were never to hurt her.
Okay, big guy, is that why you've done nothing but lie to her? Ingrid is packing up in her hotel and she's sad that things didn't work out.
Por não ter dado certo, não era muito, porque eu não tô bem, não.
Brian shows up at her door, with permission this time, and the first words out of his mouth are not an apology.
Terminou meio tenso, né? Queria isso. Não queria, mas...
Não queria, mas falou, né?
I love how Ingrid keeps calling him out on his bullshit, and I swear to God, every single time that she does, Brian has murder in his eyes. Ingrid starts to list off the awful things that he said the other day, like saying that she's only interested in a passport and getting her kids to America for a better life, and Brian is looking at her like, yeah, 'cause you were.
Nada mal contra você e... A gente tentou, não funcionou.
Excuse me? You did not try, okay? She did. Ingrid is like, did this man wheel his way all the way over here just to be a little bitch?
É isso que ele tem pra falar comigo? Eu tava esperando desculpas, não procurou se explicar ou entender.
Brian realizes that he cannot sweet talk his way back into her good graces, and there ain't no way that he is gonna admit that he is wrong, so he just takes her downstairs to wait for her taxi with her and continues to stay in his safe little bubble where he is the perfect one and everyone else around him is wrong.
It's very hurtful, and I'm completely heartbroken right now. I was coming here to find the love of my life.
And I really thought Ingrid was the perfect one for me.
They get to the curb, and Brian tries one final time to emotionally manipulate Ingrid by letting her see nice Brian.
Pô, Ingrid, vem cá. Vem cá.
Pode falar.
Dá abraço.
Yeah, that's the correct choice. Demand affection from the woman who you called a prostitute and then did not apologize to. Brian cries, then Ingrid cries, and Brian is like, we just didn't match. We both tried, we both failed, and that doesn't make me a bad person.
Eu queria isso assim, não. Não deu, você não. Esse casal que não combinou, só isso.
Ingrid leaves saying that she feels deceived and disappointed because she just spent the last 2 years getting to know someone who Brian made up.
Uma falta que talvez vai fazer, porque a gente conversava muito.
Brian is packing up, heading back to Chicago, and he tells us that this trip has been so emotionally draining. He thought he was gonna leave Brazil with his 8th fiancée, but instead, he's just going home with his 85th ex. Aw, buddy, don't be so sad. I'm sure that you're gonna be able to find another, the one, with that winning personality of yours in no time.
I need somebody that wants a real future with me, someone that loves me for me, someone that accepts the wheels, that accepts the lifestyle.
My man, it is not the wheelchair. It has never been the wheelchair. Brian tells us Ingrid was his last hope in Brazil, which makes you kind of wonder what other country he's gonna start exploiting women in. Maybe he'll start going to the Philippines. Hey, maybe he'll run into Loren and they can trade stories on all of the women whose time they wasted. Brian is still gonna hold on to hope that the one is still out there.
I think she's Brazilian.
She might be. She might be French. She might be Brazilian. She might be African. I don't know.
Well, at least we know he's okay conning women all over the ethnic spectrum.
Until then, I have a lot of work to do on myself. And I'm willing to do that, so I'll be ready for when I find her.
You know, I doubt it. I really do. Let's check in with Magda and Joe. It's a new day, and Magda is still super pissed that Joe wants more than 21 days to get married to her.
You will look at me all day like that? Or you will ask about the help or something like that?
Joe is like, oh yeah, sure, I can help. And he stands up, he hands her a few things, and then he goes back to sit down and continue to watch her fold the laundry.
Tell me about your feelings.
I'm just hoping you think about it a little more.
Think about what? What I have to wait if I love you?
Joe tells her he's not super thrilled that she thinks I want to take it slow means I hate you, and he says he wants to take some more time to get to know each other, preferably in a physical way.
I've never even had these conversations without being intimate with someone.
So that's why you're confusing because we don't have sex.
Now, Joe says he doesn't want to say that it's due to the lack of intimacy because he doesn't want to put pressure on her to do anything physical. And Magda is like, that is super thoughtful of you, which is why I'm trying to be thoughtful and not pressure you into proposing to me.
I want you to feel like you won't be with me the rest of your life, not like you have to.
Yeah. What do you think the time is for? But Magda just doesn't get it because to her, when you say I love you, it means you are ready to get married. Joe is like, listen, I don't want to make you mad, so let's stop fighting and just enjoy the rest of my time here. And Magda smiles and she's like, aw, okay, sweetie.
We're gonna explore beds in.
I have a feeling that they are both avoiding the issue because they both think that if they wait long enough, the other person will change their mind. They head to a park, they eat some strawberry cotton candy champagne, which looks very pretty, but sounds disgusting. Joe asks about her mom, and Magda gushes because she loves her, and then Joe asks about her father, and Magda completely shuts down. All she tells him is her father sucked, and he is the reason that she stopped trusting men after what he did.
I didn't want to do anything with men because of my father.
What did he do?
I just don't want to talk about it.
Magda goes on to tell us that she actually signed paperwork to legally not be recognized as his daughter. And she says that he can't ask her about things like money anymore. So I'm gonna assume that he stole some money from her or her mom, or both.
Nostrovia. Eye contact. It's very important to make eye contact while cheersing. Much better.
I actually think Joe and Magda's dynamic is super cute most of the time. I do think that Joe needs to mature a little bit. Well, I think he needs to mature a lot a bit, and I think Magda needs to go to therapy and work out some issues, but I think they have the potential to mesh really well, all things considered.
It's nice, Magda opening up, being vulnerable. It's hard to get to that soft skin in there.
And that, my Panda Pals, is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you are not subscribed yet, go ahead and do your girly a little favor. Click that subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up, and let me know down in the comments what you thought. I hope to see you for the next one, and as always, thanks for not letting me ride this train wreck alone. Bye!